Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. This is my week in review where I go over my account and what happened in the past week. If you're new here, this channel is all about my journey from selling stock options as a part-time trader and hopefully going full-time someday. Let's look at what happened last week. It's been kind of a brutal last couple weeks. If I go back here on my account was as high as like 197 and it went down as far as 176, and it's crawled its way back up like in the last Friday, last couple days to 187.33. If I go back a month, my account was as high as 212 and went down as far as 178. So it's been kind of a down couple of weeks here. Let's look at my account and my trades and see where I was. If I look at, I've got this trade in October that was for a hood. That was a put, expired yesterday. Today is the 15th. And at the time, the strike was the 137. At the time of this trade, the price was 146, and this was assigned. I collected $525 for this trade. Let's look at Hood right now. Hood has gone down. It went down as far as 113, and it crawled its way back up to like 126 right now, and it's sitting down about 123. So I was assigned for that, and if I wanted to trade, let's see my cost here. My average cost is 132. If I want to actually go for this trade and the cost for that, it's about 137. So I could next week, if I was selling a call right now, I could go sell, call, go out like a month, let's say, and I could go up to 135 or 140 and still be above my cost and still collect a good amount of premium, like 420 here or 550 here if I wanted to do that. Delta is 36 here and the delta is 30 here, and I could go up and be safer and get some appreciation. I could just collect 241 here, the delta of 19. That's like a 19% chance that the stock will go up and go in the money, and I'll be forced to sell my shares and they'll be called away. But if I did that, my cost was like, was it 132? 150 minus 132, that would be $18 and times 100. So I could make $1,800 in appreciation if that happened. So I'm still sitting pretty good. I'm down, which is what happens when you are assigned, goes below your strike price. But then it's got more of a chance to come up, and I do believe that Hood is a good stock. They got a lot going for them, and I think it's going to come back up and recover. So I'm happy to hold the shares and sell covered calls and make income off that. Back in November here, I had this NVTS call for some shares that I own. Collected $15. That expired worthless, so I still own the shares, and I'll do that again next week. Got this AVGO trade that I had a strike out at 360. Like everything else, AVGO has gone down. So the value, it was down to like 329, and it's recovered up to 342. But for covered calls, when the stock price goes down, the value of the option goes down. So it had gone down to 541. Just decided to roll this out. I had collected 595, so I ended up with 589.59. And I rolled this out to here, and I collected 541 for that. And I kept the same strike price, just going out by another week. Still collecting some premium on this. That's a good stock to own and have be able to sell covered calls against. This is another Hood trade I had. I got 100 shares of Hood, and I've had a covered call out on this. The short strike was 141. The price at the time of the trade was 138.56, and the value had gone down for Hood, so the value of the option went down to $3. I originally collected 322, ended up with 319, and I rolled this out to here 2 weeks out, dropping the strike down to 136, and I collected 240 for that. My last video, I talked about this Amazon, so I won't go over that. And then I opened a new trade on Open because that expired. I still got the shares, and the price of Open actually went up above $8, so I was assigned and the shares were called away. Totally okay with that. I had opened this when Open was like $5. It's kind of a meme-ish like stock right now. There's a lot of people think it's going to go up to the hundreds, but I was happy to just get out of it and not worry about these things. I need to focus more on these big companies like Amazon, AVGO, Microsoft, and Nvidia, and go with safer deltas. It's kind of going to be my strategy going forward, and not play around with these smaller stocks that are not really tried and true. So new trades, I opened a trade on Nvidia here. It's a covered call at 210. Current price is 195. Collected 536 on that. This AVGO was a roll. This Hood was a roll. So this past week, I was able to collect $1,317, and that puts my account for the month up 1,716 so far, which is not what I had hoped. I'm happy making $1,700 extra per month. I would like to make $10,000 a month, which is my goal now. But I got let some things shake out. So I'm not going to be making a lot of trades because a lot of my stuff, a lot of puts have been assigned to me, and I'm using a little bit of margin. I've got zero cash, and I got 32,000 in margin that I'm using. I don't like to use margin at all, and I want to get back to where I have no margin. I feel safe with it now because I've got this TQQQ, which is gonna close out in about a month. It's expiring 12/19, and I've got 300 shares of this. So 3 contracts at $85, 85 times 300, 25,500. And I don't see that the price of TQQQ is going to go back under 85. So these shares will get called away, and I'll get that 25,000. I'll pay off that margin. I'll still owe 73.66, and that's totally fine. It's a lot less margin to use. And I should be able to pay that down with trading. So not too worried about that. If you're new to options and any of this sounds unfamiliar to you, then you can join my free Discord. I'll put a link in the description. And with that comes a free course, beginner course here. It's got everything you need to know to learn how to sell options and make a good side income. And this is where I post my trades, post some of my videos, and members also post their trades in here as well. So I'd love to have you join and share some trade ideas. I'm hoping the market will pick up, in the coming weeks. I think if they do lower the interest rates, that'll help. And then if the tariffs, Trump did announce that he's canceling some tariffs on like beef and coffee and some other things that I think will spark the stock market a little bit. But overall, the economy is, in my opinion, not doing too great. A lot of numbers we can't see now, but there are definite layoffs that companies are announcing, so we can see that. And it's kind of touch and go right now. So I'm trying to get back into a better cash position here so I can either buy the dip or just be safe and get my money out of some stocks that may or may not go down. But I think I'm pretty good with AVGO, Nvidia, and Hood. I think I'm in some pretty safe stocks there. And that's about it for the update. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.